How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Sorting Helmet here, back with yet another modded Darkest Dungeon modded class showcase. Today we're looking at a work in progress class called the Ex-Soldier, also known as Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. Now, it's important to know that this class is currently a work in progress, so there's going to be some missing sounds, some animations that are going to be cleaned up, this, that, and the other, but just a small disclaimer before we get into the meat and potatoes of this showcase. Anyways, the Ex-Soldier is a frontline bruiser style character who is closely a mix of both Leper and Crusader, with very high burst potential in his unique modes, that being Limit Break and Active Time Battle, or ATB for short. More on this when we cover his kit and showcase his combat. He has very high HP, sitting at 60, with it just being under both Crusader and Leper, but it is 5 points above Man-at-Arms, while he also boasts an above average attack of 10 to 19 that directly matches Crusader and Hellion in the base roster. But he also has a very low speed, similar to Leper himself, whom he closely emulates, with only 4. His dodge sits around Crusader and Man-at-Arms level with about 25, making him one of the less agile characters in the roster, but he has the HP pool to tank hits and the damage to fight back. Now, a small caveat to his damage range will come up when he is under the ATB status, but this is when he has not activated Limit Break. Each of his non-limit attacks will boast a plus 5 flat damage, will realistically increased his damage range into a very respectable 15 to 24 over his 10 to 19. This matches Leper himself with a slightly higher minimum damage, but skirts just under Leper's maximum damage by 2 points. But despite this, of matching Leper in damage range, where he differentiates from Leper is he has a very high critical with a 7%, just 2% higher than Leper himself, and matching Crusader, so he sits around pretty much the medium range of the entire vanilla roster. The highest critical range in the vanilla roster is 10%, and this will come into play when we're looking at his skills. A lot of his attacks have very high critical positive, so it's very likely we'll be seeing big, strong, meaty chunks taken out of enemies, unlike Leper, who traditionally has a very low critical chance with his skills. So some of Cloud's attacks, such as right here, his Cross Slash has a plus 15% crit modifier on top of his neutral 7%. Even his basic attack is a plus 5 critical range. So he has a very high damage range and very good critical chance. His resistances are fairly decent as well, with a stun resistance matching that of Flagellant and Shieldbreaker, and trailing behind his Leper imitation by about 10%. His move resist is average 100% like most of the roster. They're meant to fight but not hold the front line, such as Man-at-Arms, Arbalest, Abomination, Bounty Hunter, so on and so forth. His Bleed and Blight are also relatively average, matching others at 80 to 90%, with Bleed being the stronger of the two at 90% and Blight at 80%. His Disease Resist is actually quite high, matching the likes of Occultist and Flagellant at a 40%, which is only 10% behind the highest in the roster of 50% with Plague Doctor. While he also sports a strong debuff resistance of 110. This is only beaten by the Occultist at 120%, and this matches Plague Doctor's natural debuff resistance. So, the Ex-Soldier is a very good position 1 and 2 character. He's good at holding that front line. He has a lot of damage, a lot of HP. He's a little bit slow, and he's a little bit low on the dodge side of things. But his skills are very versatile. He can do a little bit of healing too. So, let's cover his skills real quick. His first attack is Braver, usable in positions 1 and 2 with 105 accuracy, hits enemies 1 and 2. This bypasses guard, and when he is in ATP status, it has a plus 5 damage, and it breaks that guard. Now, what ATB is when he uses an attack, he basically, in the back end of the class, he goes through what is known in modding called a mode ladder, where he activates this, and that when he uses an attack, he activates ATB, that will let this skill be active called limit mode, and this will allow him to switch from non-ATB into limit break, where he can use focus thrust, fire, cross slash, so on and so forth. So that's just to explain part of his mechanic. When we get into showcasing his combat, you'll see it come into play a little bit more often. Currently, I don't think there's a visual indicator if he's in ATB or not ATB, but he has 3 modes. No ATB, ATB, limit break. So, anyways, when he is in normal mode, bypass guard. When he has active time battle going on, breaks guard. Very solid attack. This is chop plus, essentially. Now he has double slash. This is Hue plus. 95 accuracy minus 30% damage mod, 9% crit. When he is in active time battle, plus 5 damage, and this also breaks guard. So this is a very handy, just frontline cleave, boom. Nothing else to say about it. Very handy damage, especially when he has active time battle. He's essentially leper side grade at this point. Now, this is where he goes away from being a leper and going into more of the Crusader imitation territory. His other 2 skills, he has Blade Beam with 100 accuracy minus 16% damage modifier. That's a odd negative damage modifier. Minus 16% is curious. This is usable anywhere and hits enemies in positions 3 and 4. This is pretty much very akin to Holy Lance without the mobility, but this is great for chunking backline targets. Very powerful skill, very good at just deleting high priority targets such as Bone Couriers, Pelagic Shamans, this, that, and the other. And when he's in active time battle, this also has a plus 5 damage. This is probably one of his most devastating attacks to use when he's in ATB. Very good skill to have on hand. Do not sleep on this skill. It is Iron Swan and more. And then finally, this is where he can sort of be like a Crusader and start off healing. And this is where his presence in the team really shines because he has that extra healing capability. Now, he has a flat heal. Well, not flat heal, but he has a heal of 5 to 8, which is kind of low. But when he's in active time battle, that becomes a heal and a restoration of 5 for 2. Big fucking deal this is. Restoration is very important, very good. There's a reason why Flagellant is really good with this, because when you're on death's door with Dot and you're about ready to die, if you have any amount of restoration, even if it's just 1, you have 17 bleed with 1 restoration. As long as you have that restoration, you will not die to that 17 bleed, basically. So restoration is just a good safety net. And due to the fact that it's both a decent heal and a restoration, this is a good skill as well. So his support skills, well, support, Blade Beam is not really support, but you know what I mean. His support capability is really nice. Now, with a character like this, you want him attacking more than healing. This is more of just in case something goes completely wrong, or if you really need that extra healing, this exists. Now, he does have a little mechanic called Punisher mode, where he activates, he activates pretty much a repulse with a minus 20% damage, and he tanks his dodge even more. This allows him to kind of function as a passive way to keep damage going, and just, you know, say you're fighting the boss, you want to have some repulse up, activate this. I think this is active in both modes, either non-limit break and limit break. I'm not quite sure. We'll get to that, but this also changes his combat idle, which is pretty cool. It's pretty much similar to how he has the 2 different modes in Final Fantasy VII Remake. I haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake, but that's the idea with this. I think the Punisher mode and all that stuff could be expanded upon a little bit more to make it a little bit more interesting. There's no reason not to press this in longer fights, but that's just my thoughts. But when you have active time battle going, this pops up, limit mode. You activate that and it changes his skill bar, like an Abomination, into focus thrust, fire, and cross slash. Now focus thrust is usable in positions 2, 3, and 4, hits any enemy. Forward 2, 110 accuracy, minus 30% damage mod, 6% crit, marks the target, which is curious. Debuff the target, minus 30% prot. Massive just can opener. really good reposition tool. Really, it's like Holy Lance with a mark and just gets rid of the prot. Hits surprisingly hard. Very nice to have. Now, then you fire up. Quad AoE minus 30% damage mod. 5% crit, 105 accuracy. Just nuke the entire enemy part. Just blow them up. Just big fire. I love this. There's nothing else to say about it. It's quad AoE fucking damage. It's great. Very powerful. However, this does not hold a candle to cross slash. 140 accuracy plus 70% damage mod, 15% crit mod, armor piercing, usable anywhere, hits any enemy. A true omni range attack. This is only stopped by high dodge enemies. That is a devastating chunk to take out of the enemy. And unlike Finale, this is not limited per battle. You're only limited by how often you go into limit mode. So, when you're in limit mode, whenever you use one of these 3 skills, he gets out of limit mode and goes back to normal non-limit mode. And then when you use an attack, it goes back into ATB, and the cycle begins all over again. So, he is pretty flexible in terms of offense, and pretty flexible in terms of, well, just if you need someone that's a leper, but you want to have like a little bit more position flexibility and a small off healer, consider the ex-soldier. Now, his camp skills are a little bit selfish. He has squats, usable 4 times, minus 15 stress, 2 time costs. Good for maintaining himself, keeping the stress down on himself. Or he has dark memory, which he increases the stress and gains 10% damage for 4 battles. Time cost 2, usable 6 times. 4% crit, and he also tanks his virtue chance. If you want to make sure he does the most damage of anyone in the party, and you don't care about stress, and you have like a gestal combination going on, go ahead and use dark memory and just ramp up his, damage. If you don't have anyone else like man-at-arms with his cracked out camp skills to use or something like that, this is a pretty good backup skill to use. Now we have Mega Potion. 1 companion, remove bleeding and blight, remove disease. Time cost 4 and 20% heal. That's pretty good. Get rid of disease is very nice in Darkest Dungeon. Very, very nice, especially when you have modded diseases floating around, or if you use Dies Horribly Diseasey Does It mod with even more devastating diseases and stuff like that. Disease can be very painful to deal with. And having another character in your roster that can get rid of it with a camp skill, it's very nice indeed, especially with it being a 20% heal. This is massive for characters with large HP pools, like Flagellant, Leper. You'll get a big chunk heal out of that. And finally, we have Phoenix Down. Time cost 4, 1 companion. If mortality debuff, remove said mortality debuffs. Excellent. Not only can he remove disease, he can remove mortality debuffs, and he can control his own stress. If mortality debuff, minus 20 stress, and heal 20% HP. This is good when shit gets fucked up, and it's true to its name, Phoenix Down, just like Final Fantasy itself. So, all in all, Ex-Soldier is a bruiser. He is a brawler. He has a lot of damage, a lot of HP, and very high crit. He is going to kill. He is going to help the team, and you can probably have him as your primary damage dealer and get away with it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's the team. Let's get on to the dungeon itself. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, here's the team for the dungeon. We have a Gather 3 Ancestor Relics in a little medium cove run. So our team, so far, I've already covered Cloud extensively in the beginning of the video, but he is going to be running Book of Rage and Tough Ring. Next, we have Yuzu the Sybil with her whole kit with Ancestor Coat and Pedal Pouch for additional healing and extra dodge. She's basically going to be operating as our way to enable blights, nuking blights, a little bit off healing alongside Cloud, this, that, and the other. Next, we have Audrey the Grave Robber. another source of blighting and taking advantage of killing blighted targets, and a little bit of armor piercing in case she gets in position 1, or in case I need to crack open a couple clamshells, this, that, and the other. You know how it goes with the cove and prop, this, that, and yada yada yada. Mostly she's going to be here for lunge spam and darts, occasional shadow fade to reposition. She is running Blighted Satchel and Lucky Talisman. These are from Trinkets Plus by Vintage. And finally, we have Fugue with Fiery Caress, Solar Splendor, War Dance, and Dislodge. We have the Blight Charm for a little bit of cross-mod synergy with the team. Basically, any attack she does is going to blight the enemy. This is not normal behavior for the Fugue. This is from Trinkets Plus. This is just here for team synergy. And finally, we have Debuff Amulet for increased debuff chance and on hit debuff target -1 speed, 100% base. So she has a lot of attacks here. She's mostly here for dodge tanking with this, where she marks herself. She has a lot of dodge, and on repulse, she's going to be stressing the party. She also has a quad AoE nuke. This is going to be especially devastating with Fyra if I ever do that combination. But this takes 5 Foxfire, and it substitutes 10 HP per missing Foxfire. So this can rip out 30 HP from me if I use it without any Foxfire, basically. But it's really good for blowing up the entire enemy party. Fiery Caress is good backline cleave. And whenever we're not using Fiery Caress or Splendor, we're opening up with War Dance and using Dislodge. Spamming Dislodge, occasionally throwing out a couple Caress or Splendors. So Audrey is going to be picking, lunging, shadow fading, and blighting anything that moves. Yuzu is going to be here exploiting things with Solar Ray, healing with Moonlight Touch, and Solar Flare for AoE blights. So lots of AoE damage, lots of high burst damage, and some pretty decent off healing with both Cloud and Yuzu. Anyways, that's the team. It's a bit more unorthodox, but we should be able to get through this cove pretty easily. Everyone's going to have an altar ribbon and trading ribbon, so 5 accuracy, 10% prod, 15% healing received, and 10% stun resistance. Again, disclaimer, district ribbons are just vanilla district buffs as a consumable. They do not stack with any district buffs because they replace the district buffs. When you build that district, they generate ribbons every week instead of providing the buff on every single character, because when you have the vanilla districts, they cause a massive save bloat and the save just dies really quick. I don't know how that's too hard to understand, but hey, some people don't understand that. Anyways, district ribbons. They're consumable district buffs. None of the characters have their district buffs. You have to take these and take up inventory space to use them. Anyways, moving on. Going to give everyone these buffs. There we are. And there we are. And I'll see you guys in the next fight. Well, this is an interesting first fight. Very first step out in the hallway, we get the freaking Lost Seneschal here. Alright lads, let's open up with some blight. Okay, we have the Missionary Seneschal and the Cleric Errant in the back here. All nasty individuals. Lots of prot, lots of guards, lots of stuns, lots of whole nastiness to deal with. We got 128 points of health to chew through. Let's kill the Seneschal first. Alright. Let's get that blight builded up. Now, let's go ahead and activate Punisher mode and showcase his repulse stance. See how Cloud's combat idle changes? Exactly like the Punisher mode in 7 Remake. That's pretty nice. Alright, let's go ahead and War Dance. There we go. Let's see how things go. Now, we're going to shift immediately. Or no. You know what? Do I want to use Moonlight Embrace? No, not yet. I'm going to shift and use Moonlight Embrace in this stance for 10 accuracy and minus 20% stress, and let's crits received. Let's get that defensive state going. Alright. He's going to buff the others, give a bunch of ages, this, that, and the other. And we're going to get a guard. I'm not worried about that. I can break that shit. Now, I'm not sure if Punisher mode activates Cloud's ATB or not. That's going to be interesting to find out. Okay, we could try to stun the missionary. Or try to blight the missionary, excuse me. But is it really worth it? Go ahead and alignment shift again. There we go. And let's go ahead and use Fairy Fire. There we go. Got rid of that blight on the guy back there. Go ahead and throw some darts at the errant. The cleric. Errant cleric. Cleric errant. Whatever. Go ahead and dislodge. Some damage is better than no damage. More blights stacking up. Swing and a miss there, missionary. Alright. Is he in ATB right now? Now, that's my first bit of criticism. I'm not sure if he's in ATB or not. I would love a visual indicator for that. But it's not necessary. So, let's go ahead and use Braver and find out. 19 damage, not bad. It is not. Okay, now we're in ATB because the limit break showed up. The button, that is. Okay. There we go, a little bit of passive damage, and Cloud's all the way in the back. That's fine, we have a solution for that. Perfect. Go ahead and use some pick. There we go. And let's go ahead and use dislodge once more. That's okay. Slowly killing that person guarding in the back. Solar flare, baby. Beautiful. Now, you could use blade beam or activate limit break. There we go. And focus thrust. There we are. Just like that. Clean. Now that's not good. She's getting focused. We are getting hammered by these guys a little bit, but not terribly so. That extra protection from the tough rings helping. Alright, good old Shadow Fade. Alright, Yuzu. Let's get the bombing them. There we are. There we are, there we are. Perfect. Now, go and use double slash. Strip that block off of the guy up front and do some more damage on the back. Hey. We're good. We're good. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3 Foxfire. We could use Splendor, but wouldn't be really worth it here. So let's go and use Caress. Didn't land anything. Alright. Decent, decent. Oh, big chunky boy. Very, very big chunk. Boom! Good old lunge. Never fails. Alright, beautiful. Go in War Dance. Like so. And we can start using Cura now. Now we have a restoration. Aha! Alignment shift. And a little small heal. Or no, AoE heal. She is Hippocratic and Petal Pouch. Miss. Thank you. Yeah, she's my weak link if she gets focus fired too hard. Okay, let's go and AoE heal again. Bit of Vestal moment there. Alright, so that's the downside of Cloud. If he's not in Limit Break, he has no way to move forward. Just like a leper. Alright, let's go and dislodge. Perfect. 6 rounds of combat, but, you know, it's essential. A bit of a small elite to take care of. Not the worst thing in the world. And I kind of misplayed a little bit with Yuzu. But that's whatever. Go ahead and nuke him. And be done with this mess. Alright, and he shifts back. And it's all going to repeat in the next fight. Alright, see you guys in the next fight. Hey, Manta Ray. Or Stingray. Haven't seen you in a hot second. So we got an interesting fight here. We got Octocestus, we got a Thrall, and we got Manta Ray. So we need to make sure we kill this Thrall before either of these two Chocofucks guard him. So we're on small bit of a timer. So let's go ahead and open up with Poison Dart and get him focus fired. Perfect. Now we could stun the Octo Boy here with a Banish. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Probably knock him to the back. No Blight, but we did stealth him. Okay. Now we're going to let's go and use Radiant Streak. There we go. We need to get some Foxfire back. Alright, 5 Blight for 2 or 4 rounds. He should be dead in 2 rounds. But I'm going to go ahead and double slash. And miss! Great. Cool. Alright. Alright, so the Octocystis boy decided to guard the Manta Ray for whatever reason. The AI will do whatever the AI deems it will do. And now we have a double guard. Okay. Should I even bother poisoning this thing? Yeah, why not? There we go. Go ahead and Fiery Caress. Good, good, good. Alright, alignment shift. Very nice. You're guarded, so I can't really do anything with you. But I can at least try to set you up for a big nuke next turn. Go and bleed me? Oh, you missed. Venomous jab, that's fine. That's fine. Alright. You're not in ATB yet, so it looks like you have to land a hit. But these Chocofucks are no longer guarded, so that's fine. You know what? You're going to be dead to the dot, so we're going to activate Riposte.
Slowly,
Bye, see ya.
this is how a life is taken.
Alright, double stealthed enemies. Oops. Misplayed. Sybil moment. Bit of a Sybil moment. Let's go ahead and alignment. Solar Ray doesn't work in position 1, does it? It does not. Fairy Fire does. No, we can use Fairy Fire in this mode. There we go. Boom! Nice. Alright, alright. Didn't get to attack with Audrey, but that's fine. Bit of a double slash here. There we go. There's the ATB. Alright. Let's go ahead and War Dance. Alright. Show me what you got. Going for the big fuck off moth girl, huh? Don't blame ya. Alright. Go ahead and fairy. Go ahead and solar flare. There we go. Now, I don't want to take him out of position, so we're going to throw some darts instead of the lunging. Even though lunging would probably delete this dude in the back. Alright, you're almost dead. You're going to pretty much pop this turn. So we're going to dislodge on the Octocestus Boil and work on him. And we're going to use a nice good old-fashioned double slash. Okay, you're dead to dot, and you're going to die over time. Beautiful. So far so good. Get a little stress healing on the party with that. Ah, beautiful. I love the Fugue so much, man. I just love the idea of a stress healing riposte like that. Because I really love Solo Jester. And this takes Solo Jester to another level. It's like, what if Solo Jester riposted and healed stress? That's pretty much what that is. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and shift out of Sun back to Eclipse, I believe this mode is called. And let's go ahead and heal that off. No blight for you, Fugue. Now we lunge. And that's the basic loop of this team. Ain't bad at all. Barbar. Don't disappoint me. No, it's us that shouldn't disappoint you, Cloud. Alright. Let's go ahead and loot this real fast, see what's in it. A bunch of crap I don't need. I really don't need anything in this dungeon, so we're just doing this for the fights. Okay, Grave Robber, go ahead and disarm that for me. Yuzu is a little low on health, so we gotta be careful. Keep an eye out for brackish tide pools. Alright, let's go and grab this first object of the quest. Now the obstacle, curio, a couple fights. Alright, a couple hallway fights. Alright, let's go ahead. Torch tax. Not the worst thing in the world. What you got for me? Some emeralds. I'm gonna get rid of that. Get rid of the crest. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going, lads. Keep it going. Oh, all right. We have Octocestus Boy. We have where the fuck that thing is. An anemone. A Bolson. A grouper. Yeah, torch is 45. We'll leave it for now. Torch is not an immediate concern. So, we could blight this damn thing since it has high prot, low health. Or we could focus fire the bassoon since he is a major stress dealer and so big time support for his team since he heals them. Choices. I'm not too concerned about the anemone. The coral thing, whatever the fuck this thing is. So let's go ahead and focus fire fish flips here. There we go. Blight. Get that going, we can nuke him. Ow! That hurt. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a little of this. No crits for me, please. That would be nice. No crits for me. Stress is not too bad. Alright, Cloud, I'm going to need you to land some hits and go into ATB for me. Until then, let's go into War Dance. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we could try a Blade Beam. That'll just hit the Octocestus Boil. So, let's just do a normal Braver attack. Boom. Big chunky hit. Oh, you're pulling you. That actually works in my favor. Okay, let's go ahead and blight you down. You should be dead. Alright, that's one enemy. Go and dislodge. Bonk you with a small little touch. Nice, building up that Foxfire. Now here's an interesting thing. Do we heal again? Or do we banish him to the Shadow Realm? That's the question. 65% stun resistance with 140%. Yeah, we'll banish him to the Shadow Realm. No stun, nothing. I've been robbed, motherfucker. All right, fine. I'm pulling out the big guns. Fire all these motherfuckers. Fucking absolutely deleted them. Okay. That was satisfying. Maybe that move needs to be tuned back just a little bit. Holy fuck. That was like 26 damage on the bassoon. You don't need to worry about guard if you hit everybody. Let's go ahead and Shadow Fade here. Alright. A little worried about the low health. Let's go ahead and try to get you back into ATB status. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and finish up this fight. Oof. Not good, not good. Yeah. Quit tune humming. Oh, tone deaf. Stop stressing everybody out. Okay, let's go and double slash. Chunk them down. You're dead. Beautiful. Wait, are you in? Ah. No, seriously, I really would love to have a visual indicator other than the limit break for his ATB mode. Okay, mode shift and fairy fire. Classic. Thank you, Sybil. Thank you very much, Sybil. You are an absolute joy to play. You know that. Alright, let's go ahead and shift again. Because why not? Get that little bit of restoration. And fairy fire once more, because why not? Because it's funny. Alright. Let's go ahead and heal that off. And lunge attack. There we go. Delicious. Now, I could have stalled that out and tried to fish out a Kira from Cloud, but I don't think that's necessary. I don't like stalling in this game. Even though it's meta and is the right thing to do, I don't like stalling. Just doesn't feel right. Alright. Take a look at our map. We have a dead end down here. Pretty much nothing but a dead end. I'll go do this when we have nothing else to do. Could head right and do this little fight and just cover this room. Or we could do the right thing and head up here and try to unveil more of the map. Anyways, see you guys in the next fight. You know, instead of moving on, let's go and do a quick little camp. And heal everybody up, use a little bit of food, and try to heal a little bit. Okay, Cloud. We don't need to worry about you too much, do we? Let's see. I haven't looked at Fugue's camp skills. Party-wide -20 stress. We don't need that. Prevent nighttime ambush. Whoa, what the fuck? Time cost 1? Remove disease. 10 stress. Suffer 20% HP damage. But you remove disease from herself. And you get a nighttime ambush for 1 time cost? Shit. Shit, the Traveler of No Return. Definitely is cracked out with that one. Okay, keep up the hard work. All campaigns, 25% healing received if stress above. Quest long, 25, 50, 75. Holy shit. You got some really strong camp skills. Time cost 2, remove mortality debuffs, 20% heal. Jesus! Okay. Your normal kit is really good. I feel like your skills are pretty well balanced, but the camp skills, holy crap. Those are strong. Quest long buffs. Captivate, minus party, minus 20 stress, 100% chance, plus 100% party surprised, minus 50% stress. Okay, this one's interesting. But, burn away and keep up the hard work, those are really powerful. Okay, we have 13 points left to really mess around with. Maybe I will do Dark Memory spam. Is Sephiroth whispering in Cloud's ear? Yeah, it's Sephiroth whispering in Cloud's ear. That's exactly what the Dark Memory is. Okay, Garden Harvest. This wouldn't be too bad, just to get some food back. We only have off healers in the party, so this would be nice. Okay. Alright, what else can we do? Scout Chance is always nice to have. Midnight Stroll. Go ahead and do that. So, let's just go ahead and buff our Scout Chance. In all honesty. They have a one-time cost left. There we go. Anti-Vems are really good to have because of Yuzu. Yuzu's just gonna, you know, melt the party down. Alright, we have a fish idol here. Who to give it to? I don't think we need to give it to Cloud. Cloud's already got enough cracked out damage. Let's go ahead and give it to Fugue, the Traveler of No Return. Okay. In case anyone hasn't really caught on to who the Fugue is, she's from Honkai Star Rail. Audrey is Audrey. Yuzu is a VTuber character of Yuzu the VTuber, who is a Moth Tuber. And we have Cloud from Final Fantasy 7. Pretty much, that's it. Okay, I'm just going to skip those curios and go right into the fight because I want to fight. Hey, Octocested Boy, Grouper, and Shaman. Let's fucking go. Alright, stress is going to mount up pretty damn quickly on Cloud, so we need to shift Fugue's skills to have Soothing Bliss in the future. So, let's go ahead and get this started. Focus Fire, the stress dealer. And then we'll kill the rest of them as we go along. Open up with War Dance. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Now we're going to immediately shift to Moon Stance and use 10 accuracy and minus 20% stress with less crits received. So Moonlight Embrace is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. No crits for you. And less stress. There was some thought that was put into this party, believe it or not. Alright, let's go and activate Riposte. This is going to be a longer fight, I feel. You asshole. How come you didn't double guard like you did that one fight? You know what? I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to burn you down. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and shift. Like so. And go ahead and Fairy Fire the back line here. There we go. Bye, Shaman. It was not nice knowing you. Dislodge. We have a riposte up on this asshole. 11 to 20 is not bad, but yeah, why not? She's got high dodge. Doesn't matter. Alright, going for the Cloud. Boom, get riposted. And you're dead. Alright, so far so good. Going Braver here. Perfect. Allow Spear Fishing. Nice, nice, nice. I probably should have gave her the trinket that lets her move back on riposte. Bit of an oversight from me. But that's fine, that's fine. Let's see, we could Solar Flare, or we can shift back and use her for healing. Let's go ahead and shift back and use Moonlight Touch. Or Moonlight Embrace, excuse me. There we are. Perfect. I fucking love Yuzu, man. I love Sybil so much. The more I use her, the more she's like just peak. Okay, I would love to kill the grouper, but he's guarded right now, so we're just gonna do one of these. Just burst him down. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Come on, limit break time. We got a motherfucker to nuke. Cross slash. 35 big damage. Delicious.
Unforgiving.
Oh, Cloud, you hit like a fucking truck. You know that. And lunge bot. Hey, 4 rounds. We went the average combat length. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer than that. Not bad at all. Do we want this gold? What can we get rid of? We don't need the gold. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. I would love to fight an Orchidon right now. I would love to fight a Raiju. We do have that roaming around. We need some hard fights, man. Yeah, simple trap. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. I will take that. Go ahead and grab that. Drop the jade, grab the food. We already have the petal pouch. I'm not too worried about that. Drop the rest of it. Alright, what do we got here? Nothing. A whole lot of nothing. That's fine. Keep going. We do have a lot of scout chance ramped up. So that's good. Brackish Tide Pool. Don't mind if I do. No stress yellow, unfortunately. There we go. Another object for the quest. Yeah, 55 torch. We'll fine. Ouch. These guys crit a lot. Good dodge. Good dodge. Alright. I love how I said I was going to shift to a Soothing Bliss, but I don't shift to Soothing Bliss. Typical me moment. We're going to spam Fiery Caress. That's exactly what we're going to do. And you are going to banish this asshole to the Shadow Realm. Ah, perfect. Ah, perfect. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Let's go and Shadow Fade here. There we go. Perfect setup so far. Alright. I could do Punisher mode. But honestly, I want to Blade Beam this asshole. That I want to show off the move. Look at that animation. Oh, Barnacle Barrier, my favorite. At least we have ATB up. So it looks like he gets ATB when he lands a successful attack. That's when he gets active time battle going. He has to land a blow. He doesn't activate when he uses his riposte. You need to land a blow. But when you get limit mode, it's a free action into his powerful attacks. Okay, let's go ahead and lunge. Boom. Focus on you. Okay. We're going to alignment shift. We can't blow up the fucking Thrall, unfortunately. I kind of screwed myself over with this asshole doing a double backline guard. He's going to blow up. So that's not good. Alright. I wish I had a way to bypass guard right now. Let's just go ahead and use Moonlight Embrace. More accuracy, less crits. The scary thing that will happen is he crits the entire party and we get hurt really bad. That's the worst that can happen. Okay, we got rid of the little jellyfish assholes. So no more bleeds and blights. Or bleeds and stuns. Now, let's go and do this. And cross slash this asshole into the fucking Shadow Realm. Perfect. Alright, Yuzu, I need you to fucking go, man. There we go. Perfect. Can you nuke him? Can you do it for me, girl? 10 to 20? Can we crit for 17%? Nope, we did not crit. Motherfucker. Well, at least we have darts. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Not quite, not quite. Blade Beam! Yes! Motherfucking Blade Beam! Yeah, let's fucking go! There we go. I knew that move would come in handy real fucking soon. Alright, let's go and grab the blood. Blood's nice to have. And get rid of a stack of gold and get rid of the rest of this stuff. Very nice. Blade Beam really came in clutch there. We did not get nuked by a fucking thrall. Hey, secret room. Nice. Okay, we'll go and fight these. Let's go and finish the quest and then we'll come back and clean out the map of fights. Okay. Is that the default party order? Let's go and take off War Dance and Dislodge and run Soothing Bliss and Cloudward IB. Let's keep her in the back for now. And let's keep moving forward. Do I have a key on me? I do not have a freaking key. No, wait, I do. I'm blind. Amali's head, solution. Paradox head, ignore that. I'm testing something with that freaking broke overpowered class. And let's go ahead and grab this. Drop the anti-venom. Okay. Let's move on. For those that don't know what Paradox is a really old class mod. It's a bit overtuned, and that's the nice way of putting it. I don't intend to use it long term, but I'm messing around with some things and checking it out. I love the Raziel reference it has to Legacy of Kain, so that's kind of cool. Okay, Prot Hell, ladies and gentlemen, we have lots of Prot low HP enemies. Or no, high Prot, high HP. 33% Prot, 21 dodge, 38 health. 2 fucking Anchormen that can stun and heal. Ugh, my pain. Pain! Absolute pain, misery. Let's go and start the Blight. Let's go and start the Blight party. Probably should have bladed the first rank and used Fiery Caress to blade the rest of them. But I'm sorting helmet and I do not think. Soothing Bliss instead. Ooh, that's a cool effect. That's a really cool effect. Skittle, you did good work on that. Holy shit. That's really nice. I love it when actor dots have that. I really love actor dot effects like that. That's very fucking nice. Okay, what to do here? Everyone's horde. Ouch. This is gonna suck, isn't it? No matter what I do, this is gonna suck. They got high stun resistance too. Ugh. My best bet is to get her sun mode and just spam the fuck out of her blights. So, let's make sure we have accuracy and don't crit. Do we want riposte? Honestly, blasting this fucking first Anchorman is the wise move to do. Let's go ahead and work him down. Alright. That's gonna suck. Okay, he's an ATB. You assholes. Don't you dare debuff me with that accuracy reduction. Ink shot sucks to get hit by. Okay. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and banish. There we go. Just to get that, set him up for a fairy fire. Alright. Let's go ahead and pick you in the face. Delicious. Perfect. Now, let's go ahead and start working down the backline asshole. Ink shot boyo. Until he starts using heals. Not gonna lie, let's go ahead and do this. Absolutely delete. Ooh, 26 to 48. Pretty decent chance to one-shot him. 36, good enough. Good enough. Swing and a miss, asshole. That's gonna hit. You poor bastard. Oh, you're stuck back there too. You poor bastard. Oh, we gotta be careful with that. Okay. Let's pull up. So Soothing Bliss, I completely misread that. Target's next 3 non-lethal attacks debuff target 20% damage received. That means debuff the person with the actor dot, not the enemy. I should have known better. I knew something like this was not possible. It just completely slipped my mind thinking, oh, it's going to apply to the enemy. No, it's going to apply to themselves. So you want to put this on someone that can kill shit. It's not a stress heal. Unless you can kill them. Alright, let's go ahead and go into the big scary moth mode. And fairy fire this asshole. Boom.
In radiance, may we find.
Well, you're dead. And you're about to die. Beautiful. At the end of the day, it didn't really matter. We got this dungeon, got this fight cleaned up. Oh, just barely. Really? Oh wait, we can blade beam. Never mind. We can blade beam.
A brilliant conclusion
Very nice.
and purpose.
This is a halfway decent team, actually. Halfway decent. We're kind of fucked if we get really rolled by damage, but still. Not a bad team. Let's do another fight. Explore the rest of the dungeon. I'm going to ignore that pack. Blood flowers. Okay, fine. Fine. Your blight resistance is through the fucking roof. And we get mosquitoes. We're just going to lunge spam. It's the best we can do right now. Banish. Not here. No, we're gonna shift to Moon out of Eclipse and use Moonlight Embrace and Moon Stance. Just get that extra bit of defense. I really just want to focus the Blood Flower down. So I'm going to focus this Blood Flower. Alright. Let's see. Soothing Abyss. No. Could spread some damage around. There we go. We got some debuffs going at least. Good. Nice dodge. Alright. He's pushed to the front. Yeah. Blood Fiend this, asshole. These things suck. These things can end a run if you're not careful and you don't have a good team to just burst them down. He's kind of like countering my main strategy of Blight, so we gotta be a little careful here. Let's go and shift to Sun and start Fairy Fire. Even though I really want to land that Blight. We gotta land those, land some fucking darts on them. There we go. Alright, debuff resist 5 rounds. Good. Shadow Fade. Alright, we're going to throw some darts at them. So far, we're kind of bursting them down pretty decently. Ooh, we could limit break cross slash. They'll take them down to about 10 or so. Yeah, let's do that. We can burst them down pretty damn hard with that. 24, 19 health. Going to heal a little bit. That's not too bad. He also took the blight. Good, we can lunge him. No, wait, no, we can't. He's in position. No, wait, yeah, we can. Duh, size 2 enemy. Oh, sure. Solar Flare. In a way, Yuzu blighting the party is good because when these guys use Thirst, they're blighting themselves. I was going to use Lunge, but she got moved out of position. You're dead. Bye. Deafening Whine. Not fun. Not fun at all. Come on, use Thirst. No, you're going to use Maddening Whine and miss. Get fucked. Alright. We're going to use Blade Beam on the back. Not bad. And Fiery Caress. Boom! And he pops like a zip. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and take this and get tired of looking at gold stack. Yes, I know it's less value than the 1750, but do I really give a shit? No, I don't. I really do not. Okay, let's go ahead and double back and do those last few fights. I'm gonna take this and move that. Use that. There we go. Perfect. Let's keep going. Got a little ways to go. So let's go ahead and speed things up. Just a tad bit. Anyways, how you guys doing this holiday season? What are your plans for Thanksgiving this year? Me, I am going to have Peking duck. And I can't wait to get that bitch in the oven on Thanksgiving Day, watch the Lions game, and have a nice old evening with my cat and all that stuff as well. Okay, let's slow it down. We have an Oka Savage. And one of these fucking sanguine stingers again. Let's focus that thing. This thing is a high priority target these days. Okay, let's go ahead and shift to Moon. And banish. There we go. Perfect. And then we can blow them up with Fairy Fire. Caress. Get everything. You're dead. You're taking more damage and you're gonna get focus fired. Beautiful. Chunk. Well, that's the backline taken care of. We just got the big crab. Popped. Now would be a good time to use Kira. That's a lot of blight. Yeah, that's a lot of blight. Go and transform. And solar flare. Alright, you're still gonna live for another round. Unfortunately. Stack up that blight. Stack up that blight. There we go. That should help the Fugue vector. And now we can use a Cloud Word and also help her heal up more. Okay, there we go. Now the crab is going. Oh, Arterio pinch. Swing and a miss, asshole. Okay, Brian is coming in. Miss. Swing and a miss. Good, good. Alright, let's go ahead. Now let's use his turn. Could blow him up just for the memes, but honestly, I think I'm going to shift back to Eclipse. And we're going to do a nice little area of effect heal. There we go. And now we can either lunge or pick him with the pickaxe, or stack up more blight. Let's see, 11 for 3 rounds, so that's 33 damage. 7 to 14. I think it's more worthwhile to stack up that blight. There we go. Beautiful. Very beautiful indeed. Do I want to use Soothing Bliss? Maybe. Not particularly. Radiant Streak. Get burned, asshole. Alright, perfect. Well, he's dead. So long, big crab. You didn't even get to do anything. Bye. I'll go ahead and take that and drop these torches. Go ahead and grab the blood. Grab this blood, drop, and let's get rid of the laudanum. Actually, no, last time I got rid of laudanum, I fucking paid the price for that. Go and get rid of these torches. We don't need torches. Who needs torches? Let's keep going. We have one more fight to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and go do that. Come on. Orca den. Orca den. Orca den. Ooh. I don't have that. Let's get rid of this food. Going to use up some food and get rid of the food. I'll take that too. Yeah. We're good. Let's go. Orca. 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 Oh! Ghoul's backport. Okay, I'm fine with that. This is the first time I'm fighting them on a video. So these guys are backported from Black Reliquary by Sting. The same guy that's been doing all the Black Reliquary monster reports, such as the Wilderness enemies, the Wildlanders, the Center Shoal like you fought before. Now there's ghouls. I hope to one day see the Kavrats officially released in full capacity. That would be a fun thing. So let's go ahead and fire Crest and just burn them all down. Look at the lad, he's spinning that wheel. Goofy little bastards. Alright, let's go ahead and banish you to the Shadow Realm. Into the Fade Valley you go. Of course he doesn't get moved back. Delete you. Well, I was hoping for like a mini boss or a roamer, but that's fine. That's fine. Okay, we can just blade beam from here. Swing and a miss. Lad has a lot of dodge on. Shadow Fade. Then we'll Fairy Fire him out of stealth. Come on, Yuzu, I need you to go next. Oof. Nice chunk of damage there. Alignment Shift and Fairy Fire. Boom! Nice. Do we Blade Beam and get rid of the little wheeling bastard? Would be nice. There we go. Perfect. Skull Toss. Swing and a miss. Very nice. It's very nice having very high dodge. There we go. Area of effect. Did not hit the one guy that needed to be hit. But that's fine. Lunge bot. Lunge bot. Go ahead and transform and solar flare. Move Cloud back into position and stack up more blights on him. Very nice. And that's all she wrote. Now we just gotta finish him off. Just burst him down, really. We got a cross slash waiting for us. These poor bastards didn't stand a chance. Goodbye. 34 damage. Okay. That was fun. Let's see if there's a fight in this last room. I don't think there is. It's already been scouted. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. That will be it for this little showcase with the ex-soldier. So far, he's been a very, very, very valuable asset in terms of just pushing out ridiculous amounts of damage. I feel like, I would really love a visual indicator when he does have active timeout going, or some way to say, hey, when you land a hit, ATB activates like this. There needs to be more information being told to the player that on how it activates or when it is active. One of the two things. Because if you look at the kit for the first time and you're just kind of reading through things, you're like, okay, what's ATB? How do I activate it? I'm going to assume it's in the guild description or the weapon or the skills and shit like that. Like how a navigator puts some of its finer details of its mechanics in the guild and the blacksmith there. I don't think ex-soldier has that going on, but it would greatly benefit just having that in there, or having it slotted in either on the weapon description, the armor description, anywhere where we can slot in just how ATB works, because that's kind of an important thing to let them know. I feel like the riposte could do a little bit more work to kind of stand out. There's no reason not to activate in longer fights, because, you know, you just have it on and, well, there you go. The rest of his kit feels pretty good. Not sure how I feel about the Kira animation being like a potion. I wish it was more like Kira, or Kira being cast like magic and stuff like that, like Final Fantasy itself. But using a mega potion or item is also fitting. In that case, I would probably change the name of the skill to something else, but that's just minor nitpicking at that point. The art is great. The combat animation is fantastic. Hetty does phenomenal work as always with that. I love the change in the combat idol with his riposte active with the Punisher mode and stuff like that. I love the nice little reference to Final Fantasy VII Remake. The skill attacks are flashy as all hell. Cross slash is a little bit it's impactful with its, you know, damage and all that stuff. It is doing a little bit too much damage, I would say. It's mostly X-Soldier is being skyrocketed by its crit potential and stuff like that. Blade Beam is phenomenal. I love the animation for it. I think Blade Beam is perfect the way it is. I love having that backline sniping capability, and it being able to be used from positions 2, 3, and 4 is also a nice bonus. Focus thrust is also just a good, oh fuck, I got knocked out of position, this, that, and the other. But I do feel like his limit mode skills could be scaled back just a little bit to kind of emphasize trying to maintain ATB a little bit more, if that makes any sense. Because it's like I have ATB on, and it's like, why would I stay in ATB when I could just hit something for fucking metric fuck ton of damage with cross slash or fire, for example, you know what I mean? Whereas ATB has his normal like skills are fantastic. They're like, he's got 2 frontal attacks, and he's got a support skill and a backline snipe skill. Pretty good setup there. And then his limit break, he has a big fuck off cross slash. Fire is amazing when you blow him up. I had a great fire moment earlier in this run. Focus thrust is good. I wish the other 2 moves, fire and cross slash, were a little bit more tuned back to how focus thrust is. I love focus thrust when I need to reposition and hit something, but cross slash just does waste just so much damage. Is like I'm just always going to be compelled to press that and delete something, basically. And if there's like a lot of small fry, I'll use fire and nuke them and stuff like that. So, like I said, his limit mode skills definitely need another pass on something. Focus thrust is perfect. Perfect. I think that one is perfect the way it is. Fire could probably have some of its damage scaled back and maybe have it do guaranteed damage versus certain HP thresholds, make it a good execution skill. And I think his his non-limit skills, so Braver, Double Slash, and all that stuff, I think those are in a good spot. Maybe the heal could be tuned back just a little bit on the restoration amount. Because, you know, healing for 8 and restoration for 5, pretty big. maybe tune it back to maybe 3 or 4 restoration. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that will be all. That's just some of my critique. Don't pay too much mind. I don't have the best head for balance sometimes, but those are just some of my thoughts and first impressions and stuff like that after kind of using the kit a little bit more and planning a team pretty much around his gimmick. Plus the Fugue. She's really fun. Go check her out. She's already released. She was going to get a showcase, but I think her having a little cameo showcase is more than enough to kind of show her off. If you liked the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. Links to the mod, the Fugue mod, will be down in the description below. If you want to playtest the ex-soldier, he will be in the Iron Crown Discord. Go there, check it out, playtest it, get some feedback, and see how he goes. I think he's rather fantastic. I really love the class. He's simple, straightforward, and does what he does. Just good fucking damage. Anyways, this has been Sorting Helmet, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.